devil started with me very young. When I was even a baby.
A baby.
I wanted to be more powerful, so I became more power conscious. So I went to Dahomey.
Sexually,
That is Benin.
how does initiation take place again?
If when I was or sometimes God will just open the eyes of believers. 97,000 demons.
How did you acquire that power?
So this guy came around and then he rubbed his hands on my.
You were a fetish priest. Wow. So how long were you into it?
From, should I say, even from my mother's womb, before I was born.
Wow. Wow.
But really, when I was born, it started from when I was 6 months. When I was 6 months to 1978. The middle part of 1978, when I got converted.
That is like you were like 21, something?
Yeah, something. 6 months to 1978.
Okay.
That's right. So the devil started with me very young. When I was even a baby.
A baby, 6 months old baby.
6 months old baby.
Being initiated.
Being initiated.
How did that happen?
Well, it all started when my mom gave birth to me, and because she had found a new man. You see, this is what one of the many things that some women do. You know, trying to look into how many bottles? 2 bottles with one eye.
Wow.
You know?
Some women.
Some women. Some women. And, I know you are not going to be one of them.
Amen. No.
And so, my mom, at the age of 3, when my pregnancy was 3 months, she tried aborting that pregnancy. But my dad had to come in and then to throw the concussions away.
Okay.
And when my dad did that, my mom became angry at him. So my dad had to run away. But God being so good, my mom could not terminate the pregnancy. And she gave birth to it. And so when I was, she was still anxious to go to this other man.
Okay, the newfound
lover. Sugar daddy. Because I grew to see him. I grew to see him. Sugar daddy.
Wow.
And so at the age of 6 months, 5 months, my mom took me to our village. I was born in Achirinsuya.
In Ghana.
In Ghana,
okay.
In the Brongahafo region.
All right.
So my mom took me right from there to our village in the Volta region, a village called Benu in Agave, South Agave, and handed me over to this grandmother of mine called Toto. So I wanted to be more powerful, so I became more power conscious. So I went to Dahomey, that is Benin. Where, are you ready?
I am.
Where I went into this demonic school for 3 months. Now when
Okay, I'm sorry. Before you go on, but you had already been initiated.
I had been initiated, and I was with prison.
Okay, initiation basically was from your grandmother.
From my grandmother.
Like you were saying, just preparing cassava and fresh fish for you?
With these cuts in the incisions.
Okay.
Taking me to the shrine, and for me to be bathed with other concussions. And they invoked the names of those great-grandfathers into me. Because it's a spirit. And so the spirits were invoked into me. And so they set a pot for me, and from that pot they used to bathe me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the witchcraft pot, actually. Yeah. And so the witch pot was set now. So from that pot, from the clay pot, have you ever seen one? The clay pot normally
that they used to, fetch water, in the villages. Is that it? The big one.
Not a big one. We got a big one. We have the small one.
Okay.
This one is normally used to prepare soup. When you go to the Volta region, they prepare. That's right.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
right.
Okay.
So they set that one there, and the concussions were in there. Blood was in there. So from that, blood.
Is it human blood?
Well, as that time, I didn't know whether it was a blood of whatever it is, but it was when I grew that I got to know. Yeah, so I got to realize that it was human blood. Human blood is such that when some concussions are mixed with it, it doesn't become thick.
Okay.
Yeah, blood is such that when they mix these concussions with it, it doesn't become thick. So they'll be pouring these concussions in it always. And anytime they pour any concussion in it, they invoke more spirit into it. And so I was being bathed with this. Always. And even at
every day?
Every day. Not every day. They have a day in a week when they open that small shrine. Whenever they opened it, they took me there and they bathed me.
Okay.
And it was then that people would come from all other villages. And I'll be telling them about their lives and those kind of stuff, Anyway, keep that one day.
We want to know, Apostle.
Yes, you are knowing.
Everything.
You are knowing everything. So that is how the initiation took place.
Okay.
So it's like...
Tell us, you were talking to us about you going to Dahomey for more powers and all that. Can you talk more about that to us before we go into the prophetic?
So there are stages in the realms of the spirit. Even in the Christian, race, there are stages of growth, levels of growth. Let me put it that way. And so I reached a stage where I thought I needed more power to do more things. So I met this friend who led me to Dahomey. He was also a magician. So we went there. So when we went there I acquired more powers from Dahomey. Then I spent 3 months there in Dahomey. And then from there I came back. That made me more powerful. And this was where actually I had the 97,000 demons.
How did you acquire all that power?
That's right. More initiations went on. For instance, when I went, the first place they took me was a hut. There was a small hut, like this thatch roofed, mud building, small one. It had no entrance, no window. So I was naked with a small cloth around my waist. So they took me to this hut, and this man, one short guy, I wouldn't say dwarf, because actually dwarfs are not visible. You understand me? So those mannequins, those short people we see around, we think they are dwarfs. They are not dwarfs. And people say dwarfs are visible. Dwarfs are fallen angels. They are demons. They are not visible. So like Mami Water and those guys. So this guy came around and he rubbed his hands on my face, and that was it all. And I found myself in that room. So let me explain something here. This is one of the many reasons why I tell believers not to be very, very sensitive to some pastors who rub their hands on their faces, who lay hands on them. Because look at something. This guy just came around, rubbed his hands on my face, put his hands on my head, some concussion was poured on my head, and that was it all. I disappeared. And I was in the room. So some of these false prophets, this is what they do. When they lay hands on you, I tell you, they've launched you into a realm. They've hypnotized you. They've charmed you. So whatever they tell you to do is what you will do.
If they ask you to come and sleep for them to sleep with you, you will sleep, they will sleep with you. Dead, rotten human being. You see that water? That rotten water?
Okay.
That filthy water? Look greenish. They fetched it and they cut my back, took my blood, mixed it with it, and with other concoctions, with some invocations upon those concoctions, and I drank it. Don't let your appetite spoil.
No.
And I took it. When I took it, I tell you, I became so much powerful. It was another initiation.
To a higher level.
To a higher level. When I took the ring, I was lifted to a higher level. So now I could charm the crocodile. The crocodile could hear my voice through the keys of the ring. And the God could come, because when I come, they must automatically come because the demons are now in me. And when I came out from this place and took those concussions, now I became more powerful.
And this time, what could you do?
I want to explain something here.
Okay.
Those concussions I took, it was a kind of immunity, fortification, empowerment against any demon, because I was now going to wrestle with the demons, fight with the demons, and arrest them to become my servant.
Before, you never had any demon as a servant?
Well, I had these charms, I operated with in these charms and those kind of things you said, but before I never had like this 97 demons coming, that kind of stuff. No, I hope you getting me. Even though you had some, you called them, they respond, but these ones became, they move with me always. I command them, they go. Go here, they go. Take me there, they go. They did it and those kind of stuff. So, you could hear demons talking to you, telling you, kill him, kill him. You die, you die. Many things, these demons. Eat him, cut his head. But you need to be strong and to be bold and to silence them. If you are able to, you could see arrows flying, coming at you. If you are able to lift your eyes or to say something for those arrows to drop on the ground, then you have overpowered that demon that held the arrows at you. And then you command it, come, be my servant. Then they come to become your servant.